Hello everybody, Nintendo 14 here, welcome back to what should be the final installment of the Year of Mario Kart. You know, before I go back for the proper Mario Kart 7 entry. But anyways, last parts we went over the tracks that made up Mario Kart 7's Leaf Cup with an added Neo Bowser City. This part is our final part in the actual Year of Mario Kart. We're going to be playing as good old Mario in the standard Kart M. We're in Mario Kart Wii because, matter of fact, our first track for this bunch of tracks that we're going to be playing in this video, that's where the first track's going to be at. There's our rivals, keeping it relatively simple. We're going to have Bowser, Luigi, and Peach. And so, our first race of this Grand Prix that we've made up just for Mario Kart 7 is going to be Koopa Cape. After that, will be Dino Jungle from Mario Kart Double Dash. Then after that is Airship Fortress from Mario Kart DS. And then the dreaded, the original Rainbow Road from Super Mario Kart. And then we'll top all that off with DK Jungle from Mario Kart 7. So those are the final 5 tracks that we have planned for Mario Kart 7. They're all tracks, the first 4 tracks are for Mario Kart 7's Lightning Cup. And so we're going to race through one last time Mario Kart Wii's have to put up with that game's handling. I swear, like, when I meant back in, or when I said back in back in my Mario Kart Wii videos on the things I didn't like about this game, yeah, I really, I don't think I did, but in case if I didn't, then the bouncing, the vehicle's bouncing is a real annoyance in my times in playing Mario Kart Wii, because it really throws off how I can angle my vehicle to get around corners. But anyways, I'm not here to be negative about that. So we've came a long ways with this series. I remember all the way back in January, in just playing Mario Kart or Super Mario Kart. You know, being real early in this journey, but to see the journey almost come to an end, it feels a little sad, and I can't wait to see what is next after this series. It might not be as grand as, say, the Year of Mario Kart, where I have a playthrough all year long, but you know, I'll try something that's something I can manage a lot more, and you know, I don't have a lot of due dates on certain videos. So yeah, next year I'm planning on pretty much making videos on my own terms and schedule. So if that's gonna mean less videos for next year, then there's a good chance that might be the case. But I'll still do my best to still provide content for you guys for this channel. So yeah, with this Year of Mario Kart done, I should be able to further spread my horizons on, you know, kind of videos that I would like to do. Like, you know, aside from just Mario Kart, there's plenty of other games that I would like to record and upload for you guys, as well as some non-video game video game stuff that I would like to bring onto the channel. I'll get more into detail with that. So with this long race here in Koopa Cape, it's finally going to come to a close. We have a demanding lead over second place, and we're going to get the first win in the Grand Prix. All of our rivals finish outside the top 6, so you're in good shape for the points after the first race. But in order to be in the question of staying in front of those 3 rivals, we need to keep the wins going. Keep the wins going. Right here in Dino Jungle. So for this, you know, because of the tag team, let's quickly go over who we got as our rivals. The partners for our rivals. There's King Boo for Luigi, Parachupa for Bowser, and I believe for Peach, she has Diddy Kong teamed up with her. As for us, I decided to go with Baby Mario, just because I went with when I played as Luigi in the last part. Then I went with Baby Luigi there. So again, I felt like it was the best pairing for Mario, because we can't have Luigi as our partner because Luigi is our rival. So the best way for all of this to work out is just choose a character like Baby Mario that is in no possible way of him being a rival for all of it, because with the rivals I'm only able to choose from the characters from Mario Kart 64, excluding possibly DK in a couple circumstances, but I think for Donkey Kong's sakes, it would have been 100% best if I had him in the Grand Prix without Super Mario Kart track. But what are you gonna do there? And aside from the Mario Kart 64 selection for rivals, I was real considerate on having Koopa as a rival, but here's the thing though. For this Grand Prix, Koopa did not appear in Mario Kart DS, so that wouldn't work. So yeah, so much for having a widespread amount of different rivals. I was only able to select from just about any of the characters that were in Mario Kart 64, and if you want to be technical, then Mario Kart Super Circuit as well, but that's the same roster. Anyways, let's try and get past King Boo and Luigi this time, and for good measure and them giving us trouble, we're gonna repay back the favor with the green shell there. So let's go smooth as sailing and get ahead of our rivals. Fortunately, the scary part right now is that all of our rivals are in the top 4, so we really need to hang in this position we're at right now, just so the damage in the points after this race won't be too severe. Because if I need to remind anyone here that's not too familiar with these Grand Prix, is that even with the rivals finishing really close like that, like in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, that means they're gaining on us. And despite us winning 2 races, Luigi's tied with us in the points because at the end of each race we have to cut our points in half, just the points that we earned in half. So anyways, Dino Jungle is over and done with. We move on to Mario Kart DS's Airship Fortress. Quite in the debate of if this is one of the greatest Mario Kart tracks of all time. And DS really did have a lot of great new tracks from that game. I mean, you got Mario Kart DS had Waluigi Pinball, Shroom Ridge? Nah, that's... Anyways, I meant to say Airship Fortress, and then there's a couple others that I can't name off the top of my head. Although Cheap Cheap Beach was a pretty fun one, despite that you can't do much with the water, but thankfully Mario Kart 8 it helped make more use of the water by you making use of Mario Kart 7's underwater feature, which the game brought back. Alright, so back into here, we got Luigi all the way in the back, which is good for us since we're tied with him. But in that place, we got Bowser and Peach right there with us, so we gotta make sure we hold them at bay. Make sure they get the least amount of points as possible. So with us in front, then we can cut back on the points that they can earn. Well, by only a measly 2, but you know what? With the point structured out like we did, less points for our rivals is the better. And so those 2 extra points could mean the difference in us being in front or being behind. So to get rid of that load off of us, let's make sure that we get as much we get the most lead out of our rivals as possible. Okay, so we're in the last lap back through the shooter section. Also, before Mario Kart 7, I believe, whenever you're in the shooter section, it's always a blessing to be in there because you're invincible. But in newer Mario Kart games, they made it so that if you're in there, you still get hit by, like, say, a red shell or most devastatingly, a lightning. So we got that win. We got more points. And then assuming that I got the numbers right, then we're tied with Bowser. Going into this second to last race, the Rainbow Road. Oh, the old dreaded Rainbow Road. If there's a track that was on the Mario Kart 7 schedule, then this is the one we had to circle off because one false step could lead into us finishing dead last, because the margin for error for this race right here, and just how small the track is very minimal, and so we can't afford to even slip up at least once. Actually, we can get away with slipping up at least once, but we can't shoot ourselves in the foot too many times, because for this track, it's really difficult to try and catch up from all the way from the back of the pack, because there's certain computer player AI drivers that can throw items at you that can halt your progress, like Peach's mushrooms, or worst case scenario could be like Luigi blocking you with the star, or possibly Bowser or Koopa with their shells and their fireball that can spin you out. Plus Yoshi's egg that can do pretty much the same thing. So we gotta harness all of the kart abilities that we can muster and try and stay relatively close to the front. Make sure we don't fall back too far, because despite Super Mario Kart being one of the 3 games that doesn't give us too many points for this Grand Prix, we need to make sure that we get the points that we can earn from those games. So final lap, Peach is right in front of us. We need to make sure that we can try and contest and take away points from her by getting out in front. And so we make the clean pass past Peach, but she's right on our tail. We were able to block right there. And then by miraculous luck, coming off the last corner, we're going to take the win from Rainbow Road. Man. That's hands down one of the toughest races that I've had to go through just as yet. I mean, as tough as it is to finish first in the original Rainbow Road, but to do it twice, you know what? I think we're in the extremely lucky category. So we get a very important, worthwhile win in Rainbow Road. Now, because of that, we got a really good cushion over second place by just 5 points. So we don't have to worry about if we finish first where the others are. We just need to make sure that we win the race, because even if one of our rivals finishes second, then we still have enough points to finish the Grand Prix in front of them. So with that, we just need to put on a uneventful race here. Make sure we get our maximum points here in Mario Kart 7's DK Jungle, and the last track from Mario Kart 7 that we can race on without actually playing from Mario Kart 7. And so we're also going to be playing on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Last part we played on the original Mario Kart 8. And so this will cap off our altercations or from alternating from the 2 Mario Kart 8s where I did parts 1 and 3 with the original Mario Kart 8, and then 2 and 4 with Deluxe. And so this is hands down going to be a really easy Grand Prix, especially when I could have had the Mario Kart 8 races in versus mode, where I can probably up the difficulty on them, but from the Grand Prix, I'm assuming that the CPU difficulty for the AIs in Grand Prix is set to normal, because I'm driving through. I'm basically on my own part of the track, as you can see on the mini map, and so as long as we can hit our marks like we've been doing in the last 2 laps, then this race is all but in the bag. Not even 2 or 3 blue shells can stop us. And just the blast of even 1, we still have a really giant lead. And so I'll go ahead and minimize the damage from the blue shell by using the coin at the last second, so I can regain 2 of those coins from the lost 3 coins from the blue shell. So almost in like a split second, we already have most of the coins that we got back from losing that from losing the coins from the blue shell. Geez. So off the final corner. Oh man, this is gonna be. I don't know if I want this Year of Mario Kart to end. I mean, I've had so much fun with all the tracks, but you know what? I'm gonna stop a little bit. Maybe drive a little bit in the circle. Maybe hope that we can change up the finishing order right before we finish the race. But little did I know, while racing, you know, it didn't matter where the other rivals finished. We just needed to finish the race. So just like with all the other Grand Prix, except for the mushroom or the very first Grand Prix in the tracks of Mario Kart 7, we come away with the perfect 31 points, and we take this Grand Prix with little effort. I would say relative ease, but I've said that plenty of times. But yeah, that's gonna do her. That's all the tracks for Mario Kart 7 that we can race on. You know, except the actual tracks that you can only race on in Mario Kart 7. So yeah, that's it. I want to thank everyone for watching the Year of Mario Kart all the way from January, or if you've ever come across at least one of these Year of Mario Karts. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a project that I've been brewing up at the beginning of, or right before the beginning of this year, and then it was an honor for me to just put the amount of passion that I did into this project for my love for Mario Kart. So before I go, I want to make some honorable mentions, and I want to give a couple credits to a couple sources. Mainly, I want to give a huge creditable shout out to the Super Mario Wiki. They've been a huge help for me in supplying my resources for the intro segments and pretty much anything that I've said, or any facts that I've said, you know, through the trivia and all that. I want to thank that site for providing me, you know, all the information that I needed to put together the videos that for Mario Kart, the Year of Mario Kart. Also, I want to thank all the special guests that have been featured here throughout some of the Grand Prix for the Year of Mario Kart. You know, from like the retro track or retro Grand Prix. So I want to thank John, the owner of the Game Master Guys, Super 64134, Mario Sonic Forever, Pure Heart 1777, and then if I'm missing anyone, I think that's everybody that has been that we're in. I guess as an acknowledgement that I was going to plan on having him here. Also, Jeremy, or Sup with T, that's his current username as of right now. I want to thank him, despite he wasn't able to show up for that one Grand Prix that I was going to plan on having him in. Also, because this is also part of the Year of Mario Kart, I still want to also give mention to all the participants that were in this year's Mario Kart 8 birthday tournament. Despite it was a smaller roster than what we had the year prior, but still want to thank everybody for participating in that. It's still always a pleasure to host something like that and have all those people participate for that. And I'm looking forward to having yet another Mario Kart 8 birthday tournament like that next year, maybe with more people. So that's all my credits and all that. Really stoked for what I can provide for all you guys next year. So with that, I wish everybody has a happy new year and a happy 2018. And until then, hope you guys have a good rest of the 2017. I'll see you guys for probably the conclusion of the Game Master Guys' holiday races. And after that, I'll see you guys for the new year.